All right, Everton, we're at European Championship. How did you do today?
I went pretty bad actually, 7-3-1.
All right, not that bad. One more win would be top.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed. I did have good tiebreakers, but you never know.
Yeah, all right. At Mega Regional, you went X1, same deck?
Yeah, the same deck. Every card was exactly the same, no changes.
All right, awesome, man. You're playing Salamangreat, I believe. Anything you want to say before the deck profile?
I think I'll save the stuff for after the deck profile. Let's get right into it.
Perfect.
Standard, 3 Gazelle, 3 Foxy, 3 Spinny. Some people choose to play 2. I choose to play 3 because it's full combo Spinny Gazelle, and I want to maximize my chances getting the full combo.
Naturally.
For the one-offs, 1 Fowl, 1 Falco, 1 Jaguar. I used to play 2 because, spoiler alert, I play Pot of Desires. Yeah, it's not so bad banishing him. Of course, you do want him to stay in your deck, but you can live without him, so I just cut him to 1. And of course, Lady Debug. For the hand trap lineup, 3 Veiler, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre. Some people choose not to play Ogre because it sucks when your opponent already has Balings in grave. I think it's good because in a Sky Striker matchup, you want, it's a bad matchup, so you want to maximize your chances of winning, and it hits multi-rolls, so yeah, it's good. 3 Phantasme. I used to not play this because they're expensive. Yeah, I'm kind of a budget player, but they're good and really good in the Sky Striker matchup, and I think you want to maximize your chances just like the Ghost Ogre. In the rest of the matchups, I think it's okay, but I didn't face any Sky Strikers today. So yeah, today it wasn't that good, but I'll keep them in anyway.
Okay.
For the spell cards, Sanctuary, Fusion of Fire. Some people don't play it because it's a brick going first, but I think it's worth the brick because it wins you so many games. 3 Circle, 3 Desires, and just 2 Mining. Some people play 3 because they want to maximize the consistency. I just don't want to see it too much because it sucks when you have 2 in hand.
And so once per turn.
Yeah, and it's 1 per turn. And sometimes you don't really want to discard anything in hand, especially going first.
Okay.
3 Called by the Grave, and 2 Enemy Controller.
Ooh, Spice of the deck.
Yeah, kind of spicy. Not my original idea. I don't know where I got it from, but I saw it somewhere, and yeah, I think this is one of the best cards going first and second because yeah, I cut the double Twin Twister in main for this. It basically does everything Twin Twister or MST would do because you want to play through your opponent's back row.
Yeah.
And for example, if your opponent has a Widow Anchor, you summon, for example, Gazelle, activate Gazelle's effect, they activate Widow Anchor. You can just chain it on Gazelle and take their monster and go on with your plays.
Yeah.
So I thought this was really good. Even against Orcus, you can bait out the Fogblade and take control of their Galatea, and if they have Crescendo, they're forced to negate that. Also, against Salamangreats, it's really good when you take control of their monster. They're only normal summon, and they just stop their plays, and it just ends their turn.
Seems awesome.
Yeah, and just Roar and Rage. A lot of people play 2 Rage. I chose just to play 1 because I want to play. I want my deck to be flexible, going first and second. Drawing this second sucks. This one too. So yeah, just 1 of each.
All right, 40 cards main deck.
42.
Okay.
42 because I play Pot of Desires.
Yeah,
and
then that's actually.
Yeah. For the extra deck, 2 Hideo, 3 Sunlight Wolf, 3 Balings, 1 Stalio, 1 Chimera. Some people play 2. I usually don't need a second one, so I just play 1. Transcode Talker. I like this one because it's really good in the Sky Striker matchup. People generally don't know what it does, so they really underestimate it. And for example, when you special summon Sunlight Wolf underneath him, both gain a 500 boost and cannot be targeted by card effects. So when your opponent has, for example, a Sky Striker, you can just attack through it, and even if they summon Ray and try to summon Kaina to stop your next attack, they can't be targeted. So it can grind through Ray.
Yeah.
So that's why I played.
Awesome.
Nightmare Phoenix, people are cutting it, but I think it's really needed for back row. Hida, really good card. No explanation needed. Magnetic Crusader Evermax. Well, I was hesitating to play this one, but it's a good card in general, and it's an extra boss monster. Your deck is kind of missing boss monsters. You only have the fusion monster, and this one is actually good when you grind through Thunder Dragon's board.
Also really good against Sky Striker, I believe, because it can't be targeted or something.
Yeah, it's also good against Sky Striker, but smart players use jamming rays to destroy their own set card or your set card to eventually destroy this one, because the second effect of jamming rays doesn't target. Exactly. I play this more for Thunder Dragons, or it's also good in Sky Striker, but against True Draco it's good. And after your Thunder Dragon opponent, after you destroyed everything on his board and played through everything, most of the time they only have one Levineer left in deck. So their entire main deck and side deck don't have an out to this except for Levineer. So it's really good to summon him after you grind it through their board. And only Dweller. I don't like Bagushka or Tornado Dragon. This one is good to summon blind because it's good against most of the meta decks.
Yeah.
So only Dwellers needed. And for the
side deck,
Tree Lancia, it's a must. Orcas and Thunder Dragons running rampant, so you need to stop them. It's also good when you come up against dinos or spirals or whatever. So it's good in general. You have to play it. If you don't play it, you lose against Thunder Dragon if going second. I don't like going second against Thunder Dragons. It's kind of a die roll match, so I play one roll. I was playing two, but I cut the second one for Starving Venom because I also have two Super Poly inside. My logic behind this was I had two drolls first and three Lancia for this side, so 5 cards. I was siding in 5 cards for the Thunder Dragon matchup, but I cut one droll for the Starving Venom, so I can effectively play 6 cards against Thunder Dragon. You can break this board, their board with this one, even if you draw it as your 6th card. If you draw this as your 6th card, it doesn't really help. So that's why I put this one in.
Yeah, that's true.
And Starving Venom. 3 Twin Twisters. I didn't want to main them because they do nothing going first. I cut 2 of them in the main deck for the enemy controller because it's versatile, going second and first. But Twin Twister is definitely needed at least in the side because so many back row decks. And Mystic Mine, of course.
Yeah.
You have no outs to Mystic Mine outside of Rage, and it's hard to get to Rage if they already have Mystic Mine out. Hard drawing it is not reliable. Against Striker, Imperial Order, and 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Sometimes it's good siding this going first against Salamangreat because they have a lot of power spells like Signet Mining, Circle, and sometimes also Fusion of Fire. And they can't activate the field spell either. So yeah, sometimes it's good.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
2 Red Reboot. A lot of people don't play this. I like playing it because if you don't have Phantasme on the field and your opponent uses Sanctum on you, you basically lose the duel. And I'd like to have a second chance, and you can also OTK through
with the Fusion of Fire.
Yeah, exactly, with Fusion of Fire. And even if you don't manage to OTK, you can hit Leo their back row twice, and you also have Nightmare Phoenix you can summon Nightmare Phoenix under Wolf to draw another card. So you can effectively clear at least 2 back row and 3 potentially with Nightmare Phoenix.
Yeah,
so,
it's actually really awesome.
Yeah, that's why I play 2. Altergeist, Screw Draco. You never know when you come up against these kind of decks.
Yeah,
Maybe Mystic Mine, chaining it to the Metaverse. I think it's okay. Oh, also against Orcust, you can. Most of the time they want to activate Crescendo on Gazelle in the Gazelle's hand effect. So you use Reboot, and their 2 other Fog Blades are dead. So also good against Orcust, because I don't know why, but most of them are setting Crescendo going game 2, because Babel, using Babel and Dingirsu and risk a Rusty Pop can you can still trigger Gazelle. So maybe that's why they set Crescendo, at least in my opinion, in my experience.
Okay, so after the entire event, is there something in your deck that you're saying like, I want to throw it out, I'm probably going to change it up?
Honestly, I do not want to change anything about this deck list. Maybe a little bit the side deck, but
Tweaking it a little bit.
yeah, maybe the side deck, but I'm pretty content with it right now. The reason why I went 7-3-1 is because I lost literally to my own misplays. If I just didn't misplay, I literally would have won all those games. So
Yeah, of course, you have
not the deck's fault, my fault.
Yeah, you have new matchups, so it kind of would have changed, but
Yeah.
another win would have been awesome, of course.
Exactly. I also didn't play against any Sky Striker, which saddens me because I'm kind of prepared for the Sky Striker matchup. I even enjoy playing it because it's so interactive. The duels take kind of long, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
it.
shout outs you wanna give?
Shout out to my team, OCC, and shout out to Kenneth. Shout out to Elias making it to top 64. And I don't want to offend anyone, so shout out to everyone in Antwerp and Belgium in general. Only Flanders though.
All right, awesome, man.
Also the Walloons. I love them too.
Okay, fantastic. Hope to see more of you, and ciao.
Yeah.